Greetings, everybody. This is Dave, and welcome to Retro Forward Rants. This is where I just do a live stream and I talk about something gaming related, and every week it's something different. This week I decided, hey, I'm going to show you what strategy guides I have in my collection. I am not a big avid fan of strategy guides, and I typically only buy them if it's either a game I love or if it's something really old and I come across for it for cheap or like including with the game. So that being said, I'm going to start off with the newer strategy guides that I've acquired, and we'll work our way back to the older ones. And there's definitely at least one or two prized items in my collection here. And just to give you a heads up, it's not a big collection. Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like I said, I don't really collect a lot of guides. For those of you who do, let me know in the comments below which ones you have that are your most prized possessions. If you are a collector of strategy guides, I definitely want to hear from you. And just to give you a heads up, this is live and unscripted, so if I fuck up, you can call me out in the comments below. I don't mind. That being said, let's go right into it. And with the cover of this video, the first strategy guide I want to show you is for Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, not a game I'm a big fan of, but this freaking logo here is just so awesome. And this is the, I guess, the collector's edition guide, the hardcover version. I honestly don't think I've ever really looked at it other than once when I first got it. It did actually come, and I still have it all here, with two patches from the game, as you can see. Yeah, they're still there, untouched. The skull one's pretty cool. And, yeah, full color book, nice hardcover. And, I mean, again, I don't really have much to say on it. I'm not a big fan of the game. It was more that I just found it on clearance for super cheap, and I was like, damn, I want these patches, and it's a collector's edition. And at the time, I was just going for anything that I could find that was collector's edition that was cool and cheap. And here's the back cover, which is the black on black. Yeah, that's hard to say. Anyway, that's the Call of Duty Ghosts guide. I'm just going to put it down here. Up next is another one I'm actually a fan of, and I'm glad I still own it. It's the collector's edition of The Last of Us, and this also came with a keychain. I still have it. It's somewhere up on that shelf there in this like cardboard thing that they were advertising the game with. This is, again, the collector's edition, or limited edition, I should say. Sorry, it's limited, because, you know, limited and collector mean two different things in this gaming world. I will say this guide is actually pretty nice and has some really nice color artwork for the game, and obviously it's a strategy guide, so, you know, if you want to know how to beat The Last of Us, this would be your best way to do it. Anyway, not much to show on that. It is The Last of Us is a great game. I have it on PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4, and you should have it at least played it once or tried it. Up next is a strategy guide for one of my favorite game series of all time, and I will always, always, always buy anything from this series when I see it, especially for a good price. That is Fallout, and this is the Fallout 4 Vault Dweller Survival Guide, and I'm a sucker for anything that says Vault Dweller Survival Guide. This is just a wonderful, wonderful thing, and I mean, again, it is just your typical strategy guide, and this is not a collector's edition version because they were sold out of it when I got my hands on this. But it was on sale on Black Friday, I believe, and it also came with a digital copy here, which I've already redeemed, and it's kind of the most archaic version of a digital copy. I'm not a fan by any means. But Fallout 4, love it or hate it, say what you will. And up next is another strategy guide, and this here is the complete official collector's edition strategy guide for Final Fantasy 15. Now, this guide I got because I got the limited edition version of the game as well that came with the Blu-ray, and you gotta have them both hand in hand. This one came with a nice poster and some artwork and shit, and also for some reason this version of the guide. Anyway, apparently my connection is not very steady right now, so I do apologize if this video is turning out to be crappy. Stick with it. The content is going to be better, I guess. That being said, my last modern day strategy guide before we get into the old retro stuff, I still have this one sealed factory sealed. And it is the limited edition strategy guide for Grand Theft Auto 5. And yes, a hardcover here. Still all nice and shiny in the packaging. And yeah, I've never opened this. I have owned the game on the PS3. I since sold it and traded it for the PS4 version. And again, I've never cracked this open, and I kind of don't think I'm going to need to at any time soon, so it might as well just stay sealed and be in pristine condition. Let me know if I'm missing any information in that guide that I should know about. I mean, you just play the game and have fun. That's what Grand Theft Auto is all about. That on to retro, and first retro magazine strategy guide I have is for Jax 2. I actually got this at a garage sale, and they were giving away a whole bunch of Nintendo Powers, which I will show in another video if you guys want to see it. I do have a video about Nintendo Power on this channel from way back when, so maybe I'll do an update of that. But I got this for a quarter, I think it was, and it came with a poster for the game. And, you know, it's Jax 2 Strategy Guide, a great game by Naughty Dog, and highly recommended. I think it's probably my favorite game in the Jak and Daxter series. 1 is up there for me as well. I wasn't really a big fan of 3, and I never played the racing game or whatever the hell that was. But anyway, moving along. This is definitely one of the more obscure and hardcore RPGs going back to the PlayStation 1. Alundra, if I say that right. And this strategy guide is very bare bones. It is unauthorized, apparently, not a collector's edition. And it is also not in color. It is a black and white, very bare bones strategy guide. Very rarely do I see these come up, and I got mine when I got my game. I actually bought it as well at a garage sale. I think I want to say I paid $30 for the game and the strategy guide together, and looked that game up. That's definitely a great deal, and I'm glad I still own it. One of the most interesting and hard, challenging 2D RPGs for the original PlayStation. Definitely take a look at it. I highly recommend that you do so. Now we're going way back here. Way back. Even further. Actually, first, no, let's not go way back. Let's show you the survival guide to Doom 2 for the PC. I found this at a Value Village, and their books were very cheap. And this survival guide is very bare bones. Like, very. But it is Doom 2, and literally just lays out the maps. And then when you do have stuff, it is almost impossible to read due to what they put on the background of each page where there's text. But this cover alone makes it worth owning. And I even bought the book, because there was novels of Doom. And I'm pretty sure I bought the Doom 2 one, because this just looks so badass. And when you can't be playing Doom, back in the day, you wanted to be reading about Doom, I guess. And so, yeah, I got this for super cheap. Again, Value Village. Original sticker price was $3.99 on this, but I didn't pay that. I think I got it for about $1, I think it was. Up next is probably the oldest guide I own. And it's not really a strategy guide, as it's more of... Well, let me just show you. This is Personal Computing on the VIC-20. A friendly computer guide. Commodore Computers. This is awesome, and this came with a VIC-20, I believe, because I got it when I bought mine secondhand, and it is literally going to tell you all the details here about the VIC-20 and programming for it and how to use... Oh, I just dropped that and probably fucked it up. Don't do that. Anyway, enough about the VIC-20. You can tell me how much you like retro computers in the comments below. I know very little about them, so please feel free to educate me, and, you know, I love to learn. Let's say that. My most prized guide, I won't even say it's really a guide, but it kind of is a guide. But it's not a guide. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to show it to you, because it is very sought after. It is the prize to my book collection, I guess you could say. That is issue 1 of Nintendo Power in a very pristine, nice looking condition. I have taken very, very good care of it. And it still has the poster, and that is actually the complete map on one side. Let me just switch the camera here for you so you can see. This is the complete map for the second quest of Zelda. So basically it is a guide. It's a strategy guide. And on the other side is, of course, a very unexciting poster for RBI baseball and bases loaded. Yay. I wonder how many people of them actually put that poster up and instead of using this awesome strategy guide for The Legend of Zelda, the second quest. Well, there you have it. That has been a look at some of my collector's edition and my strategy guides. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful thing that is. Nintendo Power #1. If only I had the last issue to complement it. I'm Retro Forward. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below. Follow me on social media. I'm at retro_forward on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me on the Facebooks. Mind you, I'm very rarely active on there. Thank you very much for watching this video. Leave a comment and let me know what you want to see moving forward. Have a great rest of your day.